actually it's kind of stacked in a kind of a hierarchical structure. So let me show you what the structures look like. Okay, so this is the structure of how these UI components are actually stacked together. Okay, you have a parent window, okay, and which is this the main window, and then you have a stack panel, which is this the whole entire stack panel, and inside of the stack panel you have another two stack panels, which is basically this stack panel. Okay, this is the stack panel, and then a second stack panel is the one on the bottom. You can look at that, which is this stack panel, and inside the stack panel you have here you have another stack panel, which inside of that have a text box image, and here you have another text box plus a anvers. Okay, so the entire structure actually looks like exactly like this. You have stack panel and another two stack panels, and inside of stack panel you have two more stack panels, and each have some components to it. So what we want to do is we don't want to be the exact same as the original program. So we want to change the last window here from having one text box to having two text boxes stacked in the middle. Okay, so so this is the kind of the hierarchical structure we want to build, and let's try to build it. Okay, so let's go back to the newly created program. So this is a clean program we have, and the first thing we want to do is that we want to add a stack panel into the program. So you just have to highlight on that and double click on this stack panel, and a stack panel will be created. Okay, let's don't worry about its size. Here you can see that it's already defined the height, width. Let's don't worry about that right now because they are on the top level components. We don't need to worry about them right now. Okay, actually inside of that, what we want to do is we want to create two more stack panels. Okay, so we create one stack panel, and then we want to click on this stack panel again, which is the main stack panel, and then we want to create another stack panel inside. So you can see that if you highlight the top level component and then you click on the stack panel, a stack panel will be created as the children of this node. Okay, so now we want to we know that for the first stack panel inside of that we want to have two more stack panels. Okay, so in here what we want to do is we actually want to add one more stack panel. We go back and click on that again, and then add another stack panel. Okay, so for the second stack panel again we want to do adding two more stack panels there. So we'll do 1 and 2. Okay, so actually you can see that because I didn't click on this stack panel, the second stack panel is created inside, which is not what we want. So we can delete that, and then we click on this again, and we go back to adding another stack panel. So this time it's adding within the same frame. Okay, so for the first stack panel inside of that, we want to put in a text label and an image. So by clicking on that, I will first add a text box. Okay, sorry, I just said text label. It should be text box, and then we go back to stack panel again, and I will add another image. Okay. Okay, so I added an image. Okay, for the second step panel, I want to add a text box and a canvas. The canvas is for you to draw the skeleton. Okay, so I will add a text box, and I go back to the stack panel, and then I will add a canvas. Okay. Okay, so for the next one, for the first stack panel, I want to first add a viewport. Okay. Viewbox. It's not viewport, sorry, viewbox. So a viewbox is actually a component that allows you to zoom into the elements. And how that exactly works, I will refer you to look at the search you online yourself. Okay, So inside the view box, I want to place 2 text boxes. But the thing is that view box only allows you to place 1 element inside. So I want to put those 2 text boxes inside of a stack panel. So that's why I will add another stack panel inside of the view box. Okay, so it's not actually added in the view box. So I will delete that. I will click on view box again, and then I will try to add a stack panel inside. Okay, now you can see that the view box, the stack panel is inside the view box. And then I also, inside the view stack panel, inside, I want to add 2 text boxes. So now I add 1, 2. Okay, now I add 2 text boxes right here. Okay, so in the last stack panel here is I want to add another text box, and then also adding an image. Okay, so again, this image was not added correctly because I didn't click on the right place. So let's delete that. We go back to the stack panel, and then we will add the image. Okay, so now you can see that everything is added correctly. So now we have the structure we want. But when you look at the shape, it actually doesn't look like the type of things that we want to do, right? So one thing about, the nice thing about Visual Studio is that actually we can just specify the children's dimensions and then remove any of the specification of the dimensions in its parents, and the parents will automatically wrap around the children. Okay, so in this case, actually what I want is that I know the image size I want. The image size, I want it to be height to be 300 and width to be 400. Okay, and the canvas size also I want it to be the height to be 300 and width to be 400. Okay, so in the view box, I don't really care about the height of the view box because that's determined by the text. But what I really care about is its width. The width of the view box, I want it to be 400. Okay, and then in the last stack panel here, I wanted the image height to be 300, and then the width to be 400. Okay, so once I define that, now I can remove all the parent specifications. I don't even need name for that because some of these parents, I'm not going to refer to them anyway. So here you can see me, I both removing the dimensions as well as the name. So here I remove the dimension and name for the stack panel. I also remove the dimension and name for this stack panel. I don't need it. I don't need anything for this one either. I remove that. Okay. After I did that, you can see that it's already kind of configuring by itself. But in here, the stack panels are not, they are stacked in vertical fashion, right? So what I want is I want those 2 stack panels to be in horizontal fashion. So I click on the parent stack panel. So there's properties I can set in the property here. Okay, so the property I want to set here is instead of the orientation to be vertical, I want it to be horizontal. Okay, so once I did that, you can see that the bottom 2 stack panels actually goes horizontally now. Okay, so similar thing I have to do over here. Let me first remove the parent stack panels names and the size. Again, I will remove the parent name and size, and I will also remove the parent this one. Okay, and as well as the most top one. So this one we don't really care either. So this specify everything underneath, right? Again, for this step panel, what I want is that I want the children to be horizontally layout. So I go here, instead of vertical, I will change it to horizontal, the orientation to be horizontal. As I change it, you can see that this orientation horizontal is added to this step panel. Now you can see everything is kind of